Hello, dear Scorpio. I'm Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrology, bringing you your June 2022 horoscope. And we start the month with Mercury direct in Taurus on June 3rd. And that is good news for those of us who have been plagued by the Mercury retrograde time. And I know it was extremely busy for most of us. And the difficulty with the busyness is that it doesn't mean we got things done, or we had to go back and revisit and redo conversations and decisions. And yes, it was a great time. And I hope you experienced this for wrapping up projects or wrapping up past stuff. Maybe it was a relationship, because I know that as I mentioned in May, that we had that huge eclipse in your sign. So some of you may have had some exes from the past come back, and you needed to heal from that. You needed to settle it once and for all. Some of that may have occurred for you. Now Mercury direct in Taurus is activating that seventh house. So if you have been holding yourself back from having conversations or connections with partners, or whether personal or professional, or you've been holding back on sharing, going into a contract or going into something concrete, tangible with another individual or with a particular business, now you can start to sign those documents and have those conversations and connect. Also, you single Scorpios, this is a really good time for you to start a connection that may open some doors for relationships on a romantic level. So if you're looking at it from, hey, I need to make some more income, so I'm going to get a second job, or I'm going to go and put myself out there and apply for new jobs and get more income that way, I get that no matter what activity you choose to do, that as you expand your connections, you will then meet the person that you can start dating. Now, I do sense that this is going to be more for the coupled Scorpios. So whether you're dating somebody or you're in a bonded relationship like a marriage, that during this time of Mercury moving through Taurus, and it will go back into the sign of Gemini in your eighth house, that will happen towards the end of the month. So this month of June is going to have you having really tangible conversations, decisions that you're going to want to make, of like, hey, we are getting married. It's the month of June, so we're signing that contract now. Or I want to get married, let me propose. Or I've been proposed to, right? Or I want to deepen the commitment that we have, so let's talk about future plans and put something real in place. A lot of you will be traveling during this time, or at least enjoying another place that you would call for vacation. And that can just deepen the bonds that you have with somebody that you call your beloved. Now, Saturn stations retrograde on June 4th. So right around when Mercury is going direct, and this is going to be in your fourth house. So you may be thinking a little bit more seriously about your home life, and what is it that makes it home for you? Is it a person? Is it a family? Is it beautifying it? Is it selling it and fixing it up and selling it and finding something new? These are all the things that you're going to be thinking about and maybe even working with. A few of you will also be feeling like you just have to get things done around the house. You know, maybe there's yard work to be done, and some honeydew projects that you put on hold either because of the weather or because there's too many other things distracting you. Now's the time where you are just going to feel most at home with Saturn retrograding here. And you can start to get some things done, putting a routine, a plan in place, and some structure here. Now, a few of you Scorpios may have to deal with a structure issue with your home. So if you know, as they say, you want to get that preventative maintenance done so that you don't have to pay, you know, out the nose down the road. So I will say, if you Scorpios are questioning the structure of your home, whether it is literal or it is metaphysical, this is a great time to be looking at that, evaluating it, and doing some preventative maintenance there. Venus will canoodle Uranus in your seventh house. This is on June 11th. If you haven't had a particular conversation, declaration, information that comes to light around relationships, just wait. With Uranus, anything goes. It's very unpredictable. And with Venus here being a benefic, it could be an injection of money that comes to you. So there's something finances here. This has to do with values. It also has to do with love and romance. And so you may suddenly, get deeper in love with somebody, or if you're single, Scorpio, this is a great time for you to just meet somebody out of the blue in an unusual way. And they may not be your typical person that you would look at before. And now suddenly, here they are. I see a lot of you Scorpios meeting, if you're single, meeting somebody like at a wedding or at a party, a summer party, graduation party, things like that. So definitely get out and circulate during this time. Also, it's a good time for you to have conversation about where you see yourself, let's say 6 months to a year from now with your business or for your work, where if you want to advance, that now's the time to have that conversation of promotion or what do I need in order to take that next level, the career path, that sort of thing. Sagittarius full moon, June 14th. This is going to activate your second house, and Mercury will ingress back into Gemini, activating your eighth house. And so what you may be looking at around this full moon is your resources and what do you value? And that, let's just use the example of the Scorpios that aren't living with their beloved, they're dating, but they want to get more serious about it. This full moon could have you having that conversation of, okay, if we live together, well, that means that maybe there's two incomes and that helps to save some money. And is this a good investment? A few of you Scorpios will invest in a second home during this time, and you'll find yourself in a position where you can look at the long-term investments around your life financially that are of great benefit. Now, a couple of you Scorpios will also see somebody at work leaving, announcing that they're leaving. They've got another role, or they're going on maternity leave, something along those lines. And that may mean that you pick up the slack. And in doing so, you may have that conversation. I mentioned that Venus canoodling Uranus. You may have that conversation of, if I take on this more work, will I be compensated? Mars canoodles Chiron and Venus canoodles the North Node on June 15th. And when I say canoodle, I mean conjunct. It means they're next to each other within 8 degrees. And this happens right around this full moon. So you're going to feel all this energy building. Full moon, Mars, Chiron, Venus, North Node, whatever shows up is one of those things that it shapes your destiny. This is a fated moment. It's in your 6th and 7th house. This is telling me more about how your health routines and your day-to-day activities, your rituals, if you will, there may be something that shows up that challenges you, that could scratch a wound, if you will, and how you meet it now in a more mature, more self-aware place could lead you to a better connection with someone in a partnership, a romance, or just even feeling good within yourself. Summer solstice is active on June 21st. This is in your 9th house. So you may find yourself just sharing all kinds of fun experiences with family and friends in your opinion, and you can get really energized by having some more philosophical conversations or doing something outdoors, something that the sun is there, because we're dealing with the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year, and you may find yourself celebrating. I see a lot of you Scorpios on the water, which I think is great for you because you are a water sign, and you may meet people from all kinds of different backgrounds, and that energizes you. It also has a good indication here that you may be planning or going on a trip that is international. And so around this time, and that also can be a lot of fun for you. Venus will move into the sign of Gemini on June 23rd. This is emphasizing your 8th house. There's going to be a lot of activity and talks around what it is that you value most, where you want to invest your time. You may be looking at 3 different properties at this time that you want to invest in, or if you're working in the stock market or you invest in the stock market, you may find now that there's a lot more options and you want to diversify your profile. A few of you will also be having conversations because of Venus and Gemini here that are stimulating, that give you a lot of intellectual connection, and it helps you to feel bonded with those that mean the most to you, because you're going deep into subject matters, but many subject matters, not just one. And so it's like, oh, all that intelligence is so stimulating. Cancer new moon. It's a sweet new moon for you because it's going to be trine your sun, moon, or rising sign. And with Cancer, it's on the 28th. And with this being a Cancer new moon, the Cancer does rule, or excuse me, the moon rules Cancer. It's a sign. This is in your ninth house. I feel the majority of you Scorpios are going to be having discussions about how you can extend and express your love, your ideas, your talents, your skills, all of the things that you believe make you the best version of yourself. You're going to be sharing that out loud with those that you care most about. If we're looking at it from a career standpoint, something that can stimulate your career, this is a chance where you will get news of something, an opportunity that will bolster your career, will give you, let's say, if you're in acting, or you're doing something along that's very public, or you're public speaking, a lot of you will be given the opportunities, and you'll get news of that you can start planning for in the future. Also, I will say that this Cancer new moon could have you philosophizing quite a bit about what it is that you want most for your future. This is very future oriented new moon. And so when you're planting seeds of intention, you're thinking about what and who would benefit my future, and how can I be of benefit to that person or that group as well. All right, Scorpio, I really hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Come find me at jamiedawn.com, and I look forward to connecting with you. Have such a great month.